apart from being a very successful captain, apart from being the most incredible finisher in the business, he is a true gentleman and he's a person who is so grounded and down to earth. The thing with Mahi is you can ask him so many questions about so many things because he's a man of so many parts. I'm sure you've had, some lovely moments with your teammates. Can you remember any particular priceless times, priceless moments with your teammates where you had some great laughs, something truly memorable?
I think when we are touring, one of our favorite things to do is, to just go out for dinner. That place turns out to be one of the best places you can be in because there are all kinds of jokes, that are going around. Most of them, they have played underage cricket, so they know each other for a very long time. So I always felt that was the best team building activity, that we could have because everybody is just open and they're just so relaxed that they just want to talk about everything that is happening around their
But
life.
could you get, time alone?
Privacy is an issue, but other than that, I always felt that if you request people politely, more often than not, then listen, and you just have to tell them, boss, we are here as a team, not as a team, but as individuals who just want to have some nice time together, and more often than not, they listen.
That's
So that's
nice.
the beauty of it.
We all know about your love for motorcycles. Is there a biking trip that you have planned?
I love biking. I love road trips, but at the same time, being who I am, it is slightly more difficult. Because if you're stranded at a place, it becomes difficult. What do you do?
So, what is traveling with Ziva like, and what are the journeys you're looking forward to taking with her?
Well, with Ziva now she has turned 10, which means she registers a lot of things. Nature is something that I am planning. So hopefully I don't know where and when because she's also a very particular girl. If you just ask her, okay, your school there are like 5 more days before the vacation starts. So should we take early vacation? She's like, no, no, no.
We
My
can't miss
school is
school.
very
Yes.
important. I can't really miss school.
Now, let's talk about Captain Cool, his composed demeanor at all times. Is this something that's cultivated? And how composed, calm, and cool are you with Ziva as a father?
Well, I was always quite good at it. Marriage made me better. Most of the men will smile with that, but you know,
All
uh,
the men who agree, maybe you could
you
give
have
a
to
big
go
round
back
of
home. Huh?
applause.
So I have a saying, you may have won a World Cup, you may have done whatever in your life, achieved something or whatever. You still have a corner for you in your house, and usually the wife decides which is that corner. But that's the power of the home minister. I was always
As a child?
same issue. I was like any other child, but once I started playing and I started playing a lot of different sport, every day either you're winning, you're losing. I just felt that I matured slightly fast in the sense that this is part and parcel of life. It will keep on happening. Today I will win, tomorrow I will lose. What is it that I want to do? I want to win more than I lose, and there's a process to do that. So being engrossed in the process helped. Yes, we all get frustrated at times, and I was always of the opinion that when you're frustrated or when you're angry, keep your mouth shut, because you won't be saying anything intelligent at that point of time. Then marriage happened in 2010, so a lot changed after that. Then Ziva was born in 15. Touchwood, she has been a very obedient child, very diplomatic at quite an early stage, so whenever we like, okay, mama's favorite, mama is your favorite or papa, so she'll never pick one. We started traveling with her when she was 2.5 months old, so she would always sleep through the night. So she was never a trouble when it comes to handling her. The people around her, always are like, Papa aega, Papa aisa karega, vaisa karega. So they were always like, I am the villain in the family. I'm like the bad cop. Papa aega, aisa ho jayega, vaisa ho jayega. So, but I think she's
Can you
quite
imagine
intelligent.
him being a bad cop? He looks like a bad cop from no angle. I don't think, Sakshi could be saying it very convincingly or Ziva believing
Everyone,
it.
even Ziva's grandmother, they'll be like, Papa aane wala hai. So it was like Papa aane wala hai means the house belongs to her till that point of time. But once the father comes, the house belongs to the father. So I don't think she liked it at that point of time. She was like 5, 6 years old, but now she accepts. She's like, okay, I understand what it means.
Have you ever been like tested, and have you ever really like lost your cool?
Lots
What
of
is it?
time, lots of
Yes,
time, lots
really?
of time. It has happened. One of the IPL games, it happened. I just walked onto the field, so that was a big mistake. But other than that, also there have been instances, where something gets triggered because we play a sport which is where the stakes are very high. You're supposed to win every game. So you have to manage a lot of things, and that's why I said. When you are not happy about something, when you are slightly angry or frustrated, keep your mouth shut, get away from it for a while, try taking deeper breaths. It's quite similar to handling pressure. And if you can cut yourself off from the result aspect, it helps. Your emotion should never really affect your decision making.
Being cool under, pressure and keeping that composure has infiltrated into your real life as well? Is that how you are in real life because of being a cricketer?
Life is much more. Cricket, we are on the field for a very specific period. It may be 2 to 3 hours a day
Is
during.
life much more? Cricket is everything, at least in this country.
No, it is, but I'm saying, let's just assume that I live for 60, 65 years. You'll play cricket for 15 years. 15 years is only a part of life. So I've always said that I want to be remembered as a good human being because cricket will become only part of my life. So it's quite easy to, forget the simpler things in life and get carried away because you got a lot of success. So try to have the same characteristic because you can't just keep on switching. You are what you are, and if it's a good habit on the field, it's a good habit off the field. Yes, we want to be aggressive on the field. We are. We don't really have to be vocal about it, but that calmness is something that is much more important. Because it helps you take the right decision at the right time.
How would you say your relationships with childhood friends and family has evolved over these years?
Well, one of the problems with me has been the phone aspect. I'm someone who doesn't use the phone a lot. I'm not comfortable speaking over the phone. But the good thing with me is I may be meeting someone after 6 months, but it starts as if we met yesterday. Every individual has a good side and a bad side. And I feel if this is my bad side, it is something that can easily be accepted.
I like it. He tells it like it is, calls a spade a spade. This is who I am. Behind every successful person, there is a great support system. Just tell us about the role that Sakshi plays in your life.
Well, she does all the background work. अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि I'm not in touch with my house regularly, and if the house is running, somebody's taking care of everything that's happening. So she's the person, who takes care of everything that is happening in the background. It takes all the stress away from me. So she takes care of everything, all the small things that goes around in the house, managing Ziva, managing her time, taking care of my parents, they live with me, and all the animals that are floating around. So she's
How
the
many
person.
animals are there now? What's the current count?
I think there are 10 to 12 dogs. There are few other animals. There are birds. There's horses. So,
Dogs, birds, and horses.
horses.
All in,
And then us.
and then you. There's a book now by Gerald Dull, My Family and Other Animals.
I feel
That's
I feel it's very good for the kids growing up. They have that compassion towards the animals. They learn a lot of things, and they treat people very nicely.
now we're speaking about Ziva. What are the values that you want to instill in her?
I think it starts with the smaller things, something as basic as being on time, respecting others' time, respecting others, trying to understand, the age thing, who is younger to you, who is your age, who's older than you, respecting them according to that.
Ticket collector with big dreams. If you looked back at your younger self, what would you tell him about the journey that lay ahead?
Well, I feel it has been a fantastic journey. Yes, ups and downs are part and parcel of life. We all go through that. And I've always said, it's the challenges that make the life interesting. When I was in Kharagpur, doing the job of the TC, I never knew where the path will lead me. But I knew one thing that, I love this game. And, I was very young that time. I just, passed class 12th and I got a job with the railway. So I just went over there. So I was the youngest. When I was doing my training, People who were training with me were older than 50. So it was very different for me. I got a lot of love over there because I was actually younger to some of the people who were training with me, their sons. So got a lot of love and affection, a lot of guidance from them. These ups and downs are a big part of our life, and it's very important to accept it. So I won't change anything. If God gives me a chance to say, okay, will you like to live the same life again, I would be like, yeah, it has been a wonderful life. I've got a lot of love from all the people who have been around, a lot of support from the people who are around. And even after 2019 I retired, I'm getting the same kind of love and affection, so why not?
So, what would you say is the most priceless aspect of being MS Dhoni?
I think it's not me, MS Dhoni, but I would say as when you're part of the Indian cricket team, we are able to bring a genuine smile on the faces of people we meet. And a lot of times it is just the team bus that is moving. People on the street, they see the bus and they just have a genuine smile on their face. And, it doesn't take anything from us. I want to be happy in my life, but if I can do something that is making people around me happy, that's the best thing I can do. I say that in cricket also, that I would love to score a 50, but if I'm doing anything where I'm helping my teammates score a 50 or 100, that is worth celebrating even more.
Beautiful. First thing you pack when traveling?
Shoes.
Place in India you still haven't visited but want to?
Northeast.
Your go to comfort food?
Butter chicken.
Something about you that would surprise people the most?
Scared of snakes.
A skill that you would like to master in the coming years?
I want to do skydiving.
Your idea of a perfect Sunday?
I would like to get up, do nothing.
One habit Sakshi teases you about?
I don't have a bad habit.
The most peaceful time of the day for you?
When I'm sleeping or when my wife is sleeping.
Possibly. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, MS. Thank you. Life's journey isn't measured by the miles you cover, but about moments. And thank you for giving us so many priceless moments. A big round of applause for this incredible human being who's given us so much to be happy about, who's given us as Indians so many moments of pride, priceless moments of pride. Thank you very much, MS.